Hello, my darling Coco Puffs. It's your girlfriend, Coco Peru, coming to you today from my bedroom here in Van Nuys, California. Not the Coco room, my actual bedroom where I rest my exhausted brain and head every night. Now, I've been filming dressing up as Coco, but I'm back to doing it from behind the camera because, as some of you who've been following these, I had a little cut on my lip. You couldn't even see it, but boy, when you eat a salad and get some vinegar on it, I sure felt it. And anyway, I finally went back to the dermatologist and she froze it, which is basically burning it off because it was a pre-cancer. You grow up in the 70s, and my mother would say to me, honey, you need to get your first burn of the summer. You throw a little bit of oil on your body and get that first burn. Then you were ready for the... So hence, I'm constantly going to the dermatologist and having these things burned off of me. But this one is actually on my lip. Again, no one wants to hear that story. But this is why I'm behind the camera today. All right, my darlings, so you'll have to forgive me. Anyway, today I thought I'd show you this. Two things I pulled out of my closets here. One's out of the closet, one I had on display. But here's a picture of me when we were filming Trick. They had a photographer on the sets, and this was me on the set. That bathroom was not a real bathroom. We filmed the dance stuff in a real club, but the bathroom was an actual set. And so there I am. And you can see my little blue sparkly dress. I didn't even bother to wear jewelry. I mean, I think I have an earring on, but no jewelry. I was always less is more. Coco was just like, find the cheapest sparkly material I could get. And, had my friend Greg Cook make me my costume. And that was it. And I actually, after all these years... I kept the costume. Here it is. It just literally hangs in my closet, not doing a damn thing. Look at that. So simple, but it was so pretty. This was a material that I was obsessed with years ago because it just hung so easily. You could wash it so easily, and it had that sparkle. I do like a nice sparkle. Anyway, when I look at this stuff, I literally, I have so many memories. But what I wanted to share with you, I'm looking at my face and I was just like, that is frightening. Anyway, what I wanted to share with you is this movie came out in 1999 and we filmed it, in 98. And on the day of this shoot, there I am. But the way it came about, I was not even in the movie. And I've talked about this in interviews. Jim Full, who directed it, asked me to help him audition people for the first reading, which was 5 years before that, before 98. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? So I went downtown to 88's where I was doing my show at the time where he held the auditions. And I was reading all the different roles against the actors that were coming in to read. So at the end of the auditions, Jim turned to me and said, you know what, I'm going to have you read the part of Catherine, which is the part Tori Spelling later played. And we'll just explain to the audience, that in the movie it'll be played by a woman, not a drag queen. So I said, sure. So I read the role that not that night, but the night of the reading. And everybody went away from that reading saying, you have got to keep the drag queen in the movie. Well, they obviously couldn't keep me playing the part of Catherine. It didn't make sense. So they wrote that scene. Can you believe that? I rewrote it a little bit to make it more my own, which Jason Schaefer, the writer, and Jim were very kind to let me do. And, but the point of this story, my darlings, because I literally can talk, for another 2 hours about this whole experience. But the point is, I think, oh my God, what if I had said no that day to helping Jim audition those people. And I said yes. And saying yes made all the difference. You know, it changed my life. I'm living in Los Angeles. I mean, everything. And then you think about everything in your life is a choice. And those choices have, I don't want to say consequences, some do, but they all lead to something. And you can literally go back and look at your life and all the choices you've made and see where they've taken you. And this was one of those choices that really paid off for me in a wonderful way. Although on the day of filming, I was so upset because I thought I was terrible. And I went home and I cried. I went to sleep. I woke myself up crying in the middle of the night. And I thought, I called Jim. I said, listen, please cut me from the movie. You know, that day did not go well for me. And 5 years of readings and rehearsing and being disciplined about knowing my lines and finding the moments. And I sucked. And anyway, later that year, I was doing Lady Bunny's Wigstock. And when I walked off the stage, I was going home. This gay guy walks up to me and says, oh my God, Coco, we just saw a screening of a movie you did called Trick. Look at that pretty color. And you were hilarious. And I thought, what? And anyway, I was happy with the way it went when I finally saw it with an audience at Sundance, and the audience was laughing so hard, you couldn't hear what I was saying. And I thought, wow, sometimes we can be our own worst enemies and critics. But anyway, it was a great experience. And thank God I said yes. So you see, these are little things that I realize are the big things. Sometimes you just have to say yes.